Hi, this is Jeff Devine with Devine Ministries. I put out a video a while back about an alternative idea as far as school, as far as encouraging churches, because they have the facilities, they have the room, to start perhaps Christian schools. And got a lot of response. Now, sadly, a lot of response was just by trolls, people that are just want to use vulgar language, call names, all that kind of thing. And unfortunately, Facebook nor YouTube has an idiot filter. And I guess that's a strong word, but in reality, well, yeah, it fits because ignorance is when you don't know something. And hopefully you're willing to learn and to engage in conversation and to look at other ideas. But ignorance is when you just don't know something. So it's not bad to be ignorant. We're all ignorant of things. But stupidity is when you don't know anything and you don't want to know anything. And unfortunately, there's not a stupidity filter on there. So a lot of very immature, black-hearted, vulgar people comment with nasty words and vulgar language, and it just shows their low IQ. Well, I'm not here to address those people. I want to, because there were some intelligent comments, and I want to address those. One concern was public funding, using tax dollars to fund private schools. Now, I don't know how private schools operate here in America. We operated a learning center in Thailand, and we had the option to request government funds to assist us. We chose not to do that because if you do that, then the government comes in and they tell you what your curriculum can be, and basically it's just a government-run school. Well, we didn't want that, so we rejected the opportunity to receive any government funds. That was our option. Our school was excellent. We had people from schools all over our area that heard about what we were doing, that brought their kids to us who were not doing well in public school and wanted us to tutor them and help them get their grades up, which we did. And we helped a lot of kids because the method in which we taught and the curriculum that we used was far superior to what was being taught in the public school. They didn't care that we were Christians. The majority of them were Buddhist, and they didn't care about that. They wanted their kids to get a decent education. They knew their kids were smart enough to choose for themselves what religion they wanted to follow, and we weren't shoving it down their throat. We did offer a Bible study class. We did offer a few things. We did teach that there is a theory of evolution, and we taught what that is. We also taught that what we believe is in creation. And yes, the kids were intelligent enough to choose which they wanted to believe, which made sense to them. And I won't get into all that, but a few comments were, don't shove your religion down people's throats. We have never shoved our religion down people's throats. We've never shoved our beliefs down anybody's throat. I'm not one of those guys that stands out on the street corner with a bullhorn, blasting everybody, telling them they're going to hell if they don't believe like I believe. I don't believe in doing that. I do believe in offering people what I believe is the answer to the problems that humanity faces, which is God. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. I've given my life to Jesus as my Lord and Savior. I put my faith in Him, and it transformed my life. Now, I don't know, I think some people, their problem with that is perhaps they've been hurt by people who profess to be Christian, or disappointed or dismayed by the behavior of some people who profess Christianity, and that's a shame, and I'm sorry about that. No one is perfect, but some of the things that people do in the name of Christianity is just wrong. Jesus even says there'll come a day in judgment when He separates people, and there'll be people that say to Him, that profess Christianity, that say, hey, we did all these great things in your name. And He said, depart from me, I don't know you. So they weren't followers of Christ. They were people out either benefiting or whatever they were doing, but they were doing it in the name of religion, in the name of Christ. And I don't know their motives, but He said, no, you're not one of my followers. I don't know you. And so we follow Christ. We don't follow religion. We don't follow doctrines of man. We follow what the Scriptures say. And I think any intelligent human being would look at the Scriptures and say, well, Jesus never advocated for anything bad. He advocated for love others, be kind to other people, and when people do you wrong, just forgive them, those kind of things. And so Jesus, I think nobody could deny that Jesus had good and just and loving teachings. And and interestingly enough, the only people that he really come down on hard and condemned and rebuked were the religious leaders, the people that claimed to be so good and self-righteous. But again, we're not getting into that. Now about funding, you could argue the fact that, and I wouldn't advocate for taking government funding because I want the government out of most of our lives. I think the government should provide for our national security, and that's about it. I think they need to give people freedom, and people should have the freedom to choose what they want, live where they want, do what they want, and the line is drawn when those choices begin to violate the rights of another individual. Now, as long as you're not doing that, hey, do what you want to do. You want to wear a helmet when you ride your motorcycle and protect your head, that's your business. If you don't want to, that's your business. I don't think the government has the right to come in and tell you what you can wear, what you should do, how you should live. But again, we're not going to get into all that. But along the lines of the government funding, you could also argue that why should I then pay taxes for things that I don't believe in? Why should a person perhaps who doesn't drive, doesn't have a driver's license, pay taxes for the public highways? There are people that never go anywhere. They don't even use public transportation. They stay at home, they walk where they go, and why should they be taxed for public transportation? So many other things you could say. I mean, why should people who don't have children, who have chosen not to have children, be taxed to support a public school system when they don't even have children? They have no interest in that. So that argument could be made when it comes to funding and taxes. And again, I think the government they want to tax air if they could. They want to tax everything. But we're not getting into that. Here is the point. Here is my point. If you want to have intelligent conversation and discuss this as far as the environment, are the kids socially awkward if they've been through private school or Christian school or whatever? I've got 3 kids. They all went to Christian school. They're very well-rounded. My twin daughters, their scores, their GPA scores and their SAT scores were so high, they got full academic scholarships for college. They studied physical therapy. They've graduated with their bachelor's. They're going on for their doctorates. They're both officers in the Army National Guard, very well-rounded, not awkward socially, very intelligent girls. They read multiple novels every year. They're very smart girls. My son is in the Secret Service. He's done very well for himself. I'm very proud of all my children. They all went to private school. And so this idea that homeschool kids or private school kids are weird, I'm sure there are some, but you can't deny there are some public school kids that are weird. They're just people that are weird. And so here's the thing. When someone says private school, Christian school, immediately their concept in their mind, they think they know what that means. It's like if I say dog, well, maybe you've got a Great Dane, and so you think of big dogs. Maybe you've got a Chihuahua, so you think of little dogs. Well, the problem with most of the people who have commented here is they don't know exactly what I'm talking about. But let's engage in discussion. Let's discuss. Let's engage in conversation. Let's talk about the pros and the cons and the ways so that there can be alternatives. Because clearly, unless you've been living under a rock or your head's in the sand, there are problems in the public school system. Clearly, there are problems in society which intelligent people should be able to get together and discuss these things and come up with some positive solutions and not just sit and call names and be vulgar and show your ignorance. So I'm addressing this to the people who are intelligent, the people who care to engage in intelligent conversation and ask intelligent questions. And I can tell you what I know from my experience and from what we did. I can tell you the outcome I saw, and maybe there's some good ideas there. Maybe we can come up with some good ideas and say, yeah, this is a good option right here. And this is the way it ought to be gone about. That's my intent in every video I put out, is not to force my beliefs or insist on what I say and force it on anybody, is to spur conversation. If you agree with me, then that's fine. Get in touch with me. We'll discuss it more. If a part of what I say rings true to you or interests you, get in touch with me. We'll discuss it. Maybe we can learn something together. If you disagree, but you want to intelligently express your disagreement and why, and back it up with facts and not just emotion and attitude, then that's fine too. I welcome discussion. And that's what like I said, that's why I put these videos out. And so, but if you're going to be vulgar, if you're going to be nasty, I'm just going to block you. I'm just going to delete your comments, because that is just ignorance. That's just, ridiculous. I'm not interested in the trolls. I'm not interested in the people with a little junior high mentality that just want to call names and mock and things like that, because that's not intelligent. Let's act like adults here. Let's discuss these things. So that's what this video is about. That's what all my videos are about, and I hope you receive them that way. I hope you understand them, what I'm saying, and listen to the entire video and listen to my point of view, and then offer some intelligent conversation. And let's engage. So just want to put that out there. Just want you to think about that, and God bless you.